I thought I needed space. Turns out I needed to lose everything first to understand what I actually had. Chapter 1. Marcus. Marcus worked in IT. Systems analyst. Good money. Always home when he said he would be. Remembered every anniversary without being reminded. The kind of man who covered all our bills when my freelance graphic design work dried up, without making me feel small about it. Which was nice, but also suffocating.
You seem stressed. What can I do?
Nothing. I'm fine.
I made dinner. You want to eat before or after your call?
Marcus, I said I'm fine.
Okay, I'll keep it warm.
That was Marcus. Always there, always asking, always making sure. And somewhere along the way, I started resenting him for it. Chapter 2. Tyler. Tyler was a photographer, always traveling for shoots. Stories about spontaneous road trips, weekend drives to document street art, just deciding on a Friday to go somewhere and going.
I drove to Austin last weekend. Just woke up and went.
That sounds incredible.
It was. You should do stuff like that. You're too creative to be stuck in the same routine.
Marcus always wants to plan everything.
That's the problem. You can't schedule spontaneity. Some people just don't get that.
I nodded. Because finally, someone understood. We'd stay up late talking about art and creativity and what it meant to actually live. Marcus would text asking when I'd be home. I'd say networking and put my phone face down. Chapter 3. Space. One night, Marcus came home from work and changed into his pajamas. 8 p.m. Because that's who he was. I sat him down. Marcus, I love you, but I need space. I need time to figure out if this is what I actually want long term. Can you move out for a month?
Just a month?
I need to breathe. I need to think without feeling pressured.
Is this about Tyler?
It's about me. I need space to figure out who I am. A long pause.
Okay.
Okay.
Take all the time you need.
He packed that night. Quietly, efficiently, the same way he did everything. I thought he'd fight for us. He just packed and left. Chapter 4. Tyler Ghosts. 2 weeks with Tyler felt like everything I'd been missing.
This is what life is supposed to look like.
I know. I feel so alive.
You were wasting yourself with someone who couldn't keep up with you.
Marcus was just so safe, so predictable.
Exactly. You deserve more than safe.
Then, one Tuesday, nothing. No texts, no calls, didn't show up to a gallery opening we'd planned together. I texted 4 times. Read receipts. No response. I called. Voicemail. I drove to his apartment. His roommate answered.
Tyler's in Portland. He left yesterday for a shoot.
For how long? He didn't say. I sat in my car outside his building for 20 minutes. Then I texted Marcus. Chapter 5. Done.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Fine.
I've been thinking. Maybe I made a mistake. Can we talk?
No.
Marcus,
We're done, Nicole.
after 3 years? Over one conversation?
You told me to leave. I left. That's what done looks like.
I said I needed space. That's not the same as breaking up.
You asked me to move out so you could figure out if you wanted to be with me. That's the same thing.
I just needed time to think.
You had time. I'm not available anymore.
What does that mean? He didn't answer. Chapter 6. Sophie. I found out through a cousin. Marcus was seeing Sophie. My cousin Sophie, who worked at a coffee shop and studied marketing and had always been the quiet, uncomplicated one in our family. I called her immediately. Sophie, what the hell?
Nicole,
That's my boyfriend.
you broke up with him.
I asked for space. There's a difference.
You told him to move out so you could figure out if you wanted him. He figured it out too.
You went behind my back.
He was alone and hurting, and I was there. That's it.
That's it? He's my ex.
You have a photographer in Portland, Nicole. Let Marcus be happy.
She hung up. Chapter 7, Thanksgiving. Sophie's parents hosted Thanksgiving. I walked in expecting family dinner. Marcus was there, with Sophie. Together, holding hands. Him helping her in the kitchen like he used to help me. I pulled him aside. Marcus, this is my cousin. This is family. How could you do this?
You asked me to leave.
I asked for space.
You asked for space to figure out if you wanted me, while spending your nights with someone else. I gave you space. Permanently.
That's not fair.
You told me I was suffocating you, that I was too there, too present, too much. He looked at me. Sophie doesn't think so.
You moved on in 2 weeks.
I moved on when you told me to get out. The 2 weeks were just paperwork.
Marcus.
You asked for space, Nicole. You got it.
He walked back to the kitchen. Sophie looked up when he came back. She said something. He laughed. The whole family fawned over them all evening. My aunts asking Marcus about his job. Sophie's parents talking about how good they were together. Everyone acting like this was completely normal, while I sat at the end of the table and ate turkey. Chapter 8, After. I heard through family that Marcus got promoted, that they're planning a trip together. Portugal, someone said. Good for them, I guess. I'm moving to Miami next month. Fresh start, new city, new opportunities. I keep telling myself I just needed space. That wanting more from life doesn't make me a bad person. That Tyler was flaky and Marcus was suffocating, and none of this is really my fault. But I think about that night. Him in his pajamas at 8 p.m. Dinner kept warm on the stove. And me telling him to leave. He said, take all the time you need. And meant it. I thought that was weakness. Now I think it was the most honest thing anyone's ever said to me. That's where this story ends. Thank you for listening. If this one stayed with you, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on notifications. See you in the next one.